Hey guys, Natural Progressive. I have a minute, so I'm trying to get as much done as I possibly can as far as content. And I realized I've never actually done an introductory video of who I am and how my philosophy has been influenced by my past. So I'm going to try to put this in short form. Of course, I'm in my 40s, so I've had a long time to have outside influences um, that shaped me over my life. But I am like a person who was raised in the country, in the mountains, and taught my whole entire life to appreciate nature and enjoy nature and really, really, really have a great appreciation for Native Americans and what they've contributed and how they have kind of been abused by the white men when they came here. Um, Also, I have been raised by a Republican family. My parents, both of them hunt, or they used to hunt when I was growing up, and our family vacations were spent camping and hunting. I did not participate in hunting myself because I couldn't kill an animal. The most I've ever done was fish, and I was a really good fisherman, but I can't even do that anymore. I do eat the fish my husband catches. I like fish, but I really, yeah, I still have a hard time with that whole thing, and I'd much rather be a vegetarian, and I'm gonna kind of work on that. This is really hard to change all the ways. Anyway, so being raised Republican and in nature, I always thought that Republicans were pro environment. I was raised that Republicans were good and Democrats were evil. And when you start to look at the individual policies, which I did as an older person, I realized that they're not for the same policies that are in my heart. And I can't abide by our land and our water being poisoned for profit. I can't I can't understand why a community that pays taxes can't take care of the people in the community who have less or cannot afford to take care of themselves. Veterans, the disabled, uh, children that need food and shelter. And I don't understand why I see homeless people, especially homeless vets, on the street wherever I drive. And I drive within 4 states. I drive a lot, and I am approached in parking lots with people just begging for food, something to sustain them. They don't have any shelter, they're cold, and we've been dropping into 19 degrees. I just don't understand why the richest country on the face of the earth cannot take care of the whole entire community. I'm not saying give them like a lavish lifestyle, but being a humanitarian, I'm an animal lover. I love my horses. I was raised with horses and in nature, and I can't imagine anyone abusing an animal, let alone abusing the people. And that's what it is. They're abusing people when they don't allow people to have dignified, where they don't allow someone who works 40 hours to afford food, medicine, shelter, just the basic necessities. I don't understand it. Where other countries can do it, m- maybe their systems are flawed, maybe they're not perfect, but they do it. And when you're paying taxes, you should get something from those taxes. You pay into those taxes for the society, for the community, not not for corporations to not pay taxes, to not pay for our infrastructure. We have socialism in the US. We have a lot of socialism for the wealthy, for the corporations. And meanwhile, the middle class is shrinking, but they're still bearing the burden of paying the taxes for our infrastructure and for social services and all that. And that's just wrong. And I cannot, will not stand by and watch that happen. We need to stand up. We need to stand up strong. We need to be together. We need to be on point and in a simultaneous message to our supposed representatives that are not representing us. Um, and that's my fight. I want to get people together and I want people to understand that we pay our taxes for a reason. If we're not getting anything back from our expense, you don't buy something at the store and come home with an empty bag. You you buy something at store to get something that you need, and that's what we need to do when we're paying our taxes. We need that money to go somewhere and not into the hands of the already wealthy that are already benefiting from the labor of the workers and the infrastructure that the workers are paying for. And actually, it would be better for the companies because they depend on consumers to keep making a profit in the long term. And they're not going to have any more consumers if they don't start paying their workers a decent wage. So, yeah, that doesn't even begin to explain where I come from, but it might give you a small idea. Hope that helped. I don't know. If you have any questions, excuse me, if you want to know where I stand on anything, please. I love discussion. So please, let's have a discussion.